Hey guys, and welcome back to Learn Coding Skills. In today's video, we'll be going through how to make a flashcard generator using the OpenAI API. So this is a pretty cool project idea if you're a student or you just want more project ideas using APIs or maybe specifically the OpenAI API. This can technically be done with ChatGPT, but by doing it this way, we get a lot more flexibility. We can customize way more and make this a more automatic process. So this is something that I've actually done to generate flashcards out of lecture notes. And because I have a lot of sets of lecture notes, this has saved me a lot of time. So this tutorial assumes that you already have an OpenAI API account and have credits in your account. But if you don't have an account, it's very easy to set up just by going to the OpenAI API website. And I'm not sure if they still give free credits when you create an account. They used to, but if they don't, then you will need to have credits to use the OpenAI API. But yeah, to start this project, we need to make sure we have the OpenAI package installed. So I'm using Anaconda. So for me, I'd go to Anaconda prompt and type in pip install OpenAI. But if you're not, then just go to your desired terminal and enter the same thing. Or alternatively, you can install it right here like this. So yeah, we just put an exclamation mark before so that it knows that it's a command and run it. So yeah, as you can see, I already have this installed. So if you choose this option, just remember to comment it out so you don't run it again. Let's import it into our project. So from OpenAI import OpenAI. So capital O, capital A, capital I. Make sure that works. Yep, it does. And now we'll create our client. So just call it client equals OpenAI. So we don't need to actually put anything in here, assuming that you've saved your API key to your environment variables. And yeah, that's the best way to go about it because it's more secure. I've made a video on how to do this in the past, but if you don't have a key yet, then again, go to the OpenAI API website and generate a key there. Okay, let's run it now. Cool. So now we need to open our notes. So here are the notes. I've got saved as a .txt file, and it's just some notes about Python, and this is what I'll be generating the flashcards on. So for this tutorial, just create a .txt file and put whatever you want inside, and make sure it's in the same directory as your flashcard generator or wherever you want, but so long as you can access it. Okay, so let's open it. We'll say notes equals open, and then I'll put in the directory just in case, flashcard tutorial / notes.txt. Yep, and that works. And then yeah, let's read it as well. So notes content equals notes.read, and we'll print it out. Cool. And now let's use the API. We'll create a variable called response, which is where we'll save the response that the API gives us. So we say response equals client dot responses dot create, and let's open brackets here. So inside we need two things. We need the model and we need the input. So for model, this is up to you. Obviously the newer models will be maybe more effective, but they'll also be more costly too. For this tutorial, I'm just going to go with GPT 4.0. And now for the input, there's two sections of this. We need the system prompt and the user prompt. So the system prompt is almost where we set out what we want the GPT to be like. It's where we tell the GPT how it should think, really, and its rules. So inside curly braces, we'll write role, system, and then content. So this is where we put the system prompt. So I'm going to need multiple lines. So I'm going to do it like this. Triple quotes. First, I'm going to tell the GPT what it is. I'm going to tell it that it's an educational content creator who specializes in making flashcards. Then we need to tell it the rules. So I'm going to say rules for creating flashcards. Then I'll write it out as a numbered list. So I'm not going to put too many rules because this is just an example, but this is where you can be creative and tailor it to your needs. So the first thing I'm going to say is, I think I want the answer to be 2 sentences max. And then we'll give it just one more rule, which will be only extract content that seems important. So yeah, you can probably think of better rules to use here and yeah, tailor it to your needs. So I want the GPT to give me the flashcards in a very specific format. And the reason for that is so that I can easily do other things with it. For example, if I wanted to export it to a CSV and then using Anki, for example, which I won't be showing in this video, but it is a very good way of using this. So the next thing I'm going to say is critical. Only respond with a valid JSON in this format. And then it's going to be like this: question, answer. So I just want it in a neat and consistent format, which allows me to then use it for other things. So think about how you want it to be generated. Maybe you don't want a JSON, maybe you just want plain text, but it's good that you tell it the format you want so that it doesn't do it in different ways when you run it different times. And then I also want to tell it, do not use, or do not include, I should say, any text before or after the JSON. Because once again, yeah, if I'm trying to use this as a part of an automated process, I don't want it to generate anything extra than this JSON, because that could lead to errors. And then also, do not use markdown formatting. Okay, so that's it for our system prompt. Next, we need to do the user prompt. So, role user. And this is where we tell it what to do. So in the last one, we told it who it is and how to do it. And this one, we're going to say what to do. So we need the content. And yeah, this one will be very short. So once again, triple quotes. And we're just going to say, create educational flashcards from this content. And the content is simply just notes content. But yes, we need to make this an F string so that we can include notes content in curly braces like that. And then yeah, that should be it for creating our prompt. So now we'll print it out. So we do print response dot output text, and let's run it to see it all works. And there we go. It's given us 6 flashcards here. So yeah, another thing you might want to include in the rules is how many, or like a range, it should create. But obviously this was just based off of a small set of notes. But yeah, you can see that it's made flashcards that make sense. So for example, what is the recommended indent size in Python? The recommended indent size is 4 spaces. Very simple, straight to the point. So I hope that you found this useful. If you're a student, then you can try and think of ways that you can make this even more useful for you, maybe with a UI or just exporting these. But just, yeah, play around with the rules and the formatting as well if you're looking at exporting this. So if there are any questions, then please leave them in the comments below. If you liked the video, drop a like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching.